Hi, welcome to Derek Does. Today, we're doing this. Hi, welcome to Derek Does. I'm Derek, and thanks for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, thank you. And I've got something else cool for you today, where I kind of show you some cool vintage guy things. This is a Buco International helmet. I believe this is called the Sportsman model. This model is from 1968. I found this actually thrifting, and I currently have it up on sale at derekdoes.com if you're interested in this helmet. It will need new foam on the inside. The fabric around it's still good, but it will need new foam because the foam that's in here has deteriorated, being that it is, 56 years old. This is an awesome helmet. If you have an old vintage bike or a moped or just a man cave that you want to put this around, this is a really cool helmet to just put out there because it just screams 1960s. It has this red, almost scarlet metallic paint job on it that just sparkles, and I'm sure outside in the sun this thing was just glowing. It has stuff up, snaps up here that a visor would have been on, or even one of those bubble face shields. Still has its straps and its little chin guard too that came with it. It's a really cool helmet, and I thought maybe you haven't seen one of these, and maybe you only seen them in movies from this time period. Buco was a motorcycle accessories company from 1933 out of Detroit. They made jackets, they made cowlings for the front, they made helmets, they made gloves, they made everything. And the jackets today are highly sought after and even reproduced from a lot of the manufacturers. They're so timeless and classic that they're reproduced. So if you like any of the Buco stuff, if you're into the 1930s and 40s and 50s biking look, you can get a jacket, pants, everything from reproduction, or you can find an original, but I wouldn't suggest wearing that while you're riding, just because if something happened to it, they're worth thousands, so you don't want anything to happen to that. Although reproductions, they're up there pretty high too, if they're a true reproduction like it was. But back to the helmet, you can see here it says Buco International, and that's actually an abbreviated name. I won't even begin to pronounce the name, so they just made it Buco because those were like the first initials of the last name, and co for company. It made it a lot easier because even they had trouble pronouncing their own name, so they just said it Buco. It's a really cool helmet. It's got leather chin strap plus this little plastic piece that goes over top of it. And I'll show you close-ups of it and everything like that. But it's this particular helmet is dated 1968, so it's kind of at the peak of that 60s biker, not the 50s biker or the 40s biker, but that freedom riding bike guy. This is the bike. And they even had a helmet that was a Stars and Stripes version I saw. They came in different colors. Usually they were white too. That was a classic one. And you would see a lot of people on Vespas. They had like a shorter helmet with like a little pad in the back, not a full scalp one. And that was a real classic. You would see a lot on people riding Vespas. Or if you check out any old movies, you'll see that. And you'll see this on any... Probably if you watch on Any Given Sunday, which was the classic desert dirt bike riding, basically, movie. Steve McQueen was in it. Not a star, but he was just in it. A lot of guys would be wearing helmets just like this because this is about the time period, and this is what you would have gone to. And you could buy these helmets at a Harley-Davidson store, at an Indian store, at a Sears sold these. Everybody sold them because this was the helmet to own. Of course, today, I don't believe they make helmets anymore, but if you want a classic, if you've got a classic ride, you'll want a classic helmet. And there are places, I know, I've heard, I haven't looked into it that much, but there's places that specialize in redoing these helmets. So if you have one, you can send it to them and they will redo the entire inside, and it'll be like brand new. but it's still classic. They might not even touch the outside. It's just the inside with the new foam and all that stuff, so it's ready to go. On the road, I don't know if these are up to code. I don't think they are. But if you just want to look cool, these are the helmets to own. So let's take a look at close-ups of this helmet. So here you can see the helmet, and in the lights right here, I mean, just look at this candy apple metallic shining on there. It's just pretty amazing. Now it says open face helmet. There's no real chin guard except for this, I guess, which will save a little bit if it's on your chin. These are the classic snaps. These are standard, and you can probably snap any visor or face covering on it. This one is this color all the way around. It's got a few nicks and just from shelf wears and that sort of thing. And there you can see the Buco International. The padding around the outside still fine, the rubber. And then if we look inside, you can see where the foam is deteriorated, but the cloth is still good. This is your chin strap. This is all standard stock, what would have come from the factory. And then inside, if you look, you know, it's a little wiggly, but here you can see the 1968 that this is labeled, that it is safety for that year. So that kind of tells me this is the year this was made. And then over here, that's just the inside. Now there is some like Japanese, oh, here we go. You can see where the foam's just bad on it. And I have pictures on online. This is a size 3, which is actually a 7 3/8 to 7.5. So it's a good size. It's a good size head size. And on the inside, you can see there it is. Oh, sorry. 1966 for certified. But again, this is from 1968. And I think there's even a label somewhere I saw that was for Japanese roads. I don't see it now, though. And I don't want to make you dizzy squeezing in there like that. But there you go. I think it's awesome. And if I still have my moped, I might ride with this, even though my moped's not red. Well, I hope you enjoyed this kind of cool 1968 Buco helmet. It's kind of neat. When I saw it, I was like, well, I have to have that. And I just got it. Even though the foam was coming out, it was like, you don't find them anymore. You'd only find them if you're traveling into some old guy's garage, and his kids or something used to ride back in the day, and these were like put away on a shelf somewhere, which is probably what happened to this. Is it's sat on a shelf for the past 40 years, and I found it then afterwards. So if you like this, please subscribe. Always going to have some cool stuff coming up, and I hope you come along for the ride. Hey, because you're going to find something that catches your eye and you're going to be kind of interested in. So Buco helmet. And if you're interested, again, this is on DerekDoes.com. Now, if you're watching this at a later date, it might be sold by now, but this is currently up for sale. I'll see you in the next one.